My name is Erica with Precinct 4 Trails as Parks. I work as a naturalist for the Parks Department, and today we'll be learning about one of my favorite birds, owls.
Owls are predatory carnivores, which means they eat only meat from prey animals like small rodents, snakes, even other birds. Most birds cannot chew their food, and owls are no exception. Owls swallow their prey whole. Food passes directly from the mouth to the gizzard, which is an organ in birds that uses digestive fluid and bits of sand to grind and dissolve tissue from the prey. The types of tissue that can be dissolved in the owl's digestive system include muscle, skin, fat, and internal organs. Indigestible material left in the gizzard, such as fur, bones, claws, and feathers, are unable to pass through the owl's digestive tract. To safely remove this material, the owl's gizzard compacts it into a tight pellet that the owl regurgitates or spits up. Other species of predatory birds that consume their prey whole also produce pellets, such as hawks, eagles, and herons. Owl pellets are useful to scientists because they can be used to learn about an owl's diet and lifestyle, since most of the prey's bones can be easily identified when taking the pellet apart. Most pellets include a skull, which makes identification of the prey species relatively simple. If an owl consumes multiple prey in a short period of time, one large pellet forms that may contain bones and teeth from more than one animal. Now, obviously, large owls can make large pellets. However, since large owls do not always eat large prey, you can't always determine the size of an owl based solely on the size of the pellet.
For our purposes, we used large-sized owl pellets that have been heat sterilized in an oven at 250 degrees for about 4 hours to kill any microorganisms. They are individually wrapped in aluminum foil for easy storage. For our dissection programs, we provide all of the materials that you need. So to set up our dissection area, we have a plastic tray. These are very helpful for holding the pieces of the pellet as we take it apart. These are really nice, especially when we're dissecting outside, as we often do, where a slight breeze could easily just blow away all of our tiny bones and teeth. And then we have a variety of tools to assist us in dissecting the hard-packed pellet. We have a small wooden pick, pocket magnifier, plastic grabbers, and then metal tweezers. The picks are good for breaking apart the pellet into smaller, easy to work with chunks. The metal tweezers are really good for pulling out fur, and the plastic grabbers are perfect for separating the bones. Some people prefer to use gloves when dissecting owl pellets, but personally I find I can manage much better with my bare hands.
We'll also be using some reference materials to help us identify the prey bones we find. We have guides for the bones of mice, shrews, moles, and birds. Some of these bones are very small, and that's where your magnifier comes in to help. You can compare them to the pictures on the reference cards, but keep in mind that while the overall shape of the bones will be the same, the size and scale can be quite different, especially for the very small bones.
To start the dissection, you want to break apart your pellet into halves. First, we'll focus on just one half, and then start breaking it down further. Right away, you can see the bone fragments packed in between the fur. Using your tweezers or your fingers, you can start breaking these down further, pulling out the clumps of fur, and trying to get a better look at your bones. You want to sort the bones on the tray as you go, so you can make a pile for your smaller bones, your skinnier bones, and then some of your larger bones as well. It may seem like the regurgitated pellet would be smelly or messy, but since they are completely dry, they have no smell to them at all, and they're dry to the touch. And so once you can get past that, breaking apart your pellet can be really fun.
The owl pellets we receive from Carolina Biological Supply are heat sterilized at 250 degrees Fahrenheit for 4 hours, then cooled in the oven. They are free of chemicals. So now we've got our entire pellet taken apart and separated into piles of bones that look similar. We found 2 skulls with jaw bones and over 30 long, thin bones that could be leg bones. Based on comparing the bones from my pellet to our comparison charts, I can make an educated guess that the owl who regurgitated this pellet had recently eaten 2 small rodents. For me to take the entire pellet apart took about 35 minutes, so this is a great activity to provide hands-on entertainment for a longer period of time. At our normal dissection programs, we offer an hour and a half to give families ample time to explore their pellet and compare to others in the group. If you don't finish that in time, you can take your pellet home and work on it later. Some people may want to keep the bones that they find, which is perfectly welcome. They can be stored in a small jar or sealable plastic bag. Since the bones have been dried in the oven, they will not rot. Dissecting pellets is a perfect way to learn more about owls and their prey. And although we may not always see owls when we visit our parks, a pellet is an easy way to know that an owl is in the area. In Texas, we can find barred owls, great horned owls, and screech owls most commonly. We do offer owl prowls through Trails' parks in addition to the pellet dissection program. So if you're interested in owls, you can attend the Owl Prowl program to help us find owls in the park after dark.
We're not sure when we can offer regular programs again, but check back with us soon. In the meantime, practice social distancing, wash your hands, and create your own adventure at any Precinct 4 park. We'll see you next time.